Ever feel like your birthday is telling you something, something more
Yeah.
than just, like just a date, like it's a code
Yeah.
to who you really are? Well, we're going with that today.
Yeah.
We're going to dive into all things January 4th personalities.
And we're going way beyond the usual, like, sun signs and all that stuff.
Absolutely. We are going deep
Yeah.
with Adam's birthday book,
Yes.
which is a little different.
It is a little unconventional.
It's quirky.
Yes.
It's fun.
Very much so.
So no matter when your birthday is,
Mm-hmm.
get ready for some fun insights.
Yes.
Because we are starting with January 4th.
Okay.
And if that's you,
All right.
you are the day of the formulators.
Okay, so now, before everyone listening runs away thinking, oh, no, I'm bad at math. Right.
Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Adam's birthday book,
Yeah.
when it says formulator, it's not talking about like complex equations or anything like that.
Okay.
This is about problem solving
I like it.
and a love for finding practical solutions.
So if something's broken,
Yeah.
you're calling
Today.
January 4th
This is your person.
to fix it.
100%.
Or if you just need, like, a good life hack.
Yes.
It's like, hey,
They're
it's
resourceful.
January 4th, help me out here.
Yeah. They know how to figure things out.
Yeah.
And this problem solving, it's not just fixing a leaky faucet or whatever.
Okay.
It translates to all sorts of things.
Okay.
Like careers,
Yeah.
engineering,
Makes sense.
building stuff,
Yeah.
designing solutions, healthcare.
Figuring out what's wrong and how to treat it.
It's like their brains are just naturally wired
Yeah.
for like the most elegant and straightforward answer.
It's like the superpower.
Superpower.
Practicality.
But don't think that that means
Yeah.
they lack imagination.
No, not at all. That's the cool part.
Okay.
Adam's birthday book is really interesting here. It talks about January 4th folks having this blend of imagination,
Okay.
but it's grounded in reality.
Okay.
They're not just dreamers.
Okay.
They get stuff done.
They're doers.
Yes. They have those aha moments,
Yeah.
but then they're like, all right, let's make it happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's like the person who's like, oh, I have an idea for an invention.
Yes.
I'm going to go start a business.
Absolutely.
I'm going to completely redo my entire kitchen.
Totally.
Like they don't just think it,
Mm-hmm.
they actually do it.
They do it.
Which, speaking of
Okay.
collecting,
Oh, yeah.
which I have to say,
Mm-hmm.
when I first read this part, I was picturing like,
What? Like hoarder level? Like every surface covered?
kind of, yeah.
Okay.
But you're saying it's deeper than that.
It's not really about the stuff.
Okay.
It's more about like a need for order and information.
Mm-hmm.
So think of it like they're building a library in their brain,
Okay.
constantly gathering knowledge.
So it's not stuff, it's
Yeah.
knowledge.
Okay.
They're organizing it.
So like researchers,
Yes.
archivists.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even some artists
Interesting.
who love arranging things.
I like that because it's all connected
Totally.
to that desire for making sense of things.
Yes. Structure, understanding.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so that desire for clarity,
Mm-hmm.
order,
Yeah.
maybe explains this next one.
What's that?
Direct communication.
Oh, tell me more.
So Adam's birthday book
Okay.
calls out January 4th folks for being
Mm-hmm.
very straightforward.
Okay.
Sometimes maybe even blunt.
Like cut to the chase kind of people.
Yeah.
Right?
Do we think that that's always a good thing?
That's an interesting question.
Because honesty's great, but
Yeah.
act,
Right.
you know?
Where's the line?
Yeah.
Adam's birthday book actually addresses this
Okay, good.
because, yeah, it says this directness can be a breath of fresh air,
Okay.
but it can also make things interesting, let's say.
Yeah.
Especially in relationships or when you're dealing with people who are maybe a little more
Sensitive.
sensitive. Yeah, or just communicate in a totally different way.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So it can lead to some bumps in the road.
Okay, so maybe a little bit of a double-edged sword.
Maybe just a little bit.
Right.
Because it's like they're hardwired for efficiency.
Right.
So they cut through all the,
The BS.
yeah, all the extra stuff to get right to the point.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, how does that play with
Yeah.
their love of structure and problem solving?
Oh, that's a good point. How does that direct communication style?
Yeah.
Like, how does that work with everything else we just talked about?
Well, it's like they're approaching a problem to be solved.
Okay.
Here's the issue.
Uh-huh.
What's the solution?
Yep.
Boom. Deliver the solution. No sugarcoating. Like,
Makes sense.
no beating around the bush.
It's all about, like, clarity.
Yes.
Efficiency.
Exactly.
Which, I mean, if you're on the receiving end of that
Yeah.
and you're not used to it,
Yeah.
it could be a little jarring.
It could be a little bit like, whoa, okay. Didn't see that coming.
Yeah. So Adam's birthday book actually talks about this.
Does it?
It does.
Okay.
It says that January 4th folks
Yeah.
could really benefit from working on that balance
Okay.
between being straightforward and,
Yeah.
being a little diplomatic.
Like reading the room a little bit.
Yeah. Because sometimes a little tact
Yeah.
goes a long way.
A little bit of finesse.
A little finesse.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about communication,
Yes.
but Adam's birthday book also goes into
It's
personal
correct.
style.
Big-
But we're not just talking about clothes here.
No.
No. What do you think?
Tell me more.
When we're talking about personal style for a January 4th, what does that mean?
What does that even mean?
Adam's birthday book says it's like this distinct way of approaching life.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So less about fashion, more about how do you just,
How do you move through the world?
yeah.
Okay.
It's about that independent streak.
Interesting.
They forge their own path.
I like that.
They're not followers.
So this could be like a totally off the beaten path career.
Absolutely.
Weird hobby.
Weird hobbies,
Love it. Yeah.
Maybe they just have a different way of solving problems.
It's like they're wired to innovate.
Okay.
They question everything.
Do you think that that means that they would be
Yeah.
good entrepreneurs?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like freelancers.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. We were
Yeah.
talking about how they are all about order and control.
Right.
They love structure.
Right.
They're great at solving problems.
Yeah.
That is like the entrepreneurial starter pack.
Like they're literally built for it.
Yes.
Agreed.
And they're not afraid to take charge either.
Right.
Like if you're going to be your own boss,
Yeah.
got to be able to make decisions.
They're not afraid to like get stuff done.
Exactly. And they actually like it when they have that freedom
Totally.
to just do things their way.
Okay, but real
Yeah.
talk,
Yeah.
not everyone is cut out to be
Oh, no.
their own boss.
It's a lot of pressure.
Right. You have to be
Yeah.
so
You
disciplined,
got to stay motivated. Yeah.
especially when it's like you're accountable to yourself.
Exactly.
So it's not for everyone, but for January 4th,
Okay.
could be amazing.
It could be amazing. It could be the perfect thing.
Totally.
So we talked about paths.
Yes.
Let's talk about what the stars say.
Oh, yes. Gotta get that cosmic insight.
Because Adam's birthday book
Yep.
does not disappoint.
Does it tell us?
Oh, it does.
Okay.
It connects January 4th
Uh-huh.
with the number 4
Okay.
and the planet Uranus.
All right. So not making any promises about your future here,
Yeah.
but
No guarantees.
no guarantees. But it's interesting
Mhm.
to think about, symbolically how those things might show up.
Okay, give it to me. What about the number 4?
Okay, so the number 4 is all about that order and structure.
We've heard that before. Right, that practicality that we're talking about.
Spot on.
And then you've got Uranus,
Okay.
which is all about breaking things, shaking things up.
Interesting.
It's got like that rebellious energy.
So it's like you have this like stability,
Yeah.
but then you also want to like,
You want to rock the boat a little bit.
do you want to shake things up a little?
Yeah, like a little bit of tension.
I kind of love it
Right, so it makes it interesting.
because it's like that's what makes them want to go out
Yeah,
and build their own thing.
yeah.
It's like they have that in them.
Like this need to create something new and different.
And they can because they also can plan it all out.
Exactly. They have the structure,
So good.
but they also have the vision.
I love it.
Which brings up a good point, because when we're talking about someone with this much drive,
Yeah.
gotta talk about well-being,
Okay.
right? Because it's one thing to be analyzing all these personality traits,
Yeah.
but it's a whole other thing to figure out,
Right.
like how to actually use this information to live your best life.
So for our January 4th listeners,
Yes.
what does Adam's birthday book recommend?
Yeah.
To make sure that they are living their
Yes.
best, most fulfilling life. So what's the secret for these January 4th folks?
Well, the book stresses how important it is
Okay.
to manage stress,
Which makes sense.
especially for these guys who are like constantly using their brains.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
But when we're talking about like stress relief,
Yeah.
for somebody who is like so into structure,
Right, because it's like,
what does that even look like?
how do you even relax?
Yeah. Are we talking like a super scheduled meditation practice?
Right.
Like, do they have a color-coded to-do list
Yeah,
for like how to chill out?
exactly.
Okay, so what is it?
So it's actually kind of the opposite.
Okay.
Like they actually need stuff where they're moving their bodies,
Okay.
but also using their brains.
Okay.
So think like hiking,
Right.
rock climbing, Gardening,
I
even.
was not expecting gardening.
It's all about that.
Well,
Like,
sort of makes sense.
yeah, like you're getting those endorphins going, but
Yeah.
you're also like, look what I did. I made this thing.
We can see the results.
Exactly.
I like it.
Which connects to another thing that the book talks about.
Okay.
Learning to loosen up a little.
Okay, now you're just messing with me.
I know.
Right, because like for a January 4th,
This is huge.
that is a big ask.
It's a big ask.
It's like asking like a fish to fly.
Right.
So how?
So it's different for everyone.
Okay.
Maybe it's like a creative hobby,
Okay.
trying a meditation app,
Okay.
spending time in nature, something like that.
The complete opposite
Yeah.
of everything we've talked about.
Basically, the key is to get them to not be so in control.
To like let go a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
To embrace the unknown.
Yes.
Which actually,
Which brings us to
yes.
our final thought for today.
Okay, hit me with it.
Because Adam's birthday book, it says this:
Okay.
the world of the unknown must always be respected.
Oh,
So I want everybody listening to think about that for a second, because we just spent all this time
right.
talking about how much January 4th loves to plan.
Yes. All about the plan.
And so I'm wondering, what
Yeah.
happens when we throw a little chaos into the mix?
It's like you're asking them to embrace an empty shelf
Yes.
when they love to collect.
Exactly.
It's uncomfortable,
a little bit.
but maybe in a good way.
Maybe it's a good thing.
It could be a good thing.
Right. Because it might help them grow.
Yeah.
It might help them discover new things about themselves.
But maybe a little chaos
Yeah.
is a good thing
Maybe that's the key.
for a January 4th
Maybe.
to really like live their best life.
To unlock their full potential.
I love it. And on that note,
Yes.
we are wrapping up another deep dive.
Another one for the books.
Thank you to all of our listeners
Yes, thank you.
for coming on this journey with us.
Absolutely.
We have so many more birthdays to get through.
So many more.
So many more deep dives to do.
Tell us about yours.
What's your birthday?
Does any of this resonate with you?
Let us know.
Let's keep the conversation going.
Yeah, hit us up on social media.
Yes.
And until next time,
Yes.
keep exploring,
Keep diving deep.
and we'll see you on the next deep dive.
Bye, everyone.